भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाञ्जये। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Reading from Srimad Bhagavat Gita as it is, Chapter 1, entitled Observing the Armies in the Battlefield of Kurukshetra, reading from texts 31 through 35. Text 31. Nacha shreyonupashyami hatva swajanam ahave nakankshe vijayam Krishna nacha rajyam sukhani cha. Translation: I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Text 32 through 35. Kim no rajena govinda, kim bhoger jivitena va, yeshamarte kanshitamno, rajyam bhogaha sukhani cha. Ta ime avasthita yudhe prana tyaktva dhanani cha acharya pitara putras tathaiva cha pitamaha matula shvashura pautra shyala sambandhinas tatha etanavantum ichchami Gnato api madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya heto kim no mahikrite nihatya dhartarashtrana ka priti janardana. Translation: O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this world. What pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Om Jnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Hina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Radhanath Swaminati Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swaminati Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagara Ramatarini Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminati Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So very interesting arguments that Arjuna is giving here to Krishna for his giving his reasons why he should not be taking part in this battle, why he should not be fighting. Very, very justified, very valid reasons that Arjuna is coming up here with in these verses that we read today. The first verse that we read today, text 31, he's saying that I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsman in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. Now, Arjuna, for him, many times this question can come in our mind that this is not the first time that Arjuna is actually facing his own relatives. Arjuna actually faced his own relatives, the same crowd that is there in front of him right now. The same crowd was there even during the battlefield, in the battlefield of Virata. In Virat battle, which was at the end of their Agyatwas, at the end of their year of incognito, when Arjuna was still as Brihandala, and Yudhishthira and the Pandavas and Mother Draupadi, they were all serving in the kingdom of Virata. At that time, Duryodhana's spies were actually looking and, very, very crazily hunting down the Pandavas, because the condition was that if the Pandavas would be recognized in the year of incognito, then they would again have to go for 12 years of exile and the 13th year of incognito. That was the condition that Duryodhana had placed in front of the Pandavas, which the Pandavas had accepted. And they had already gone through the rigorous 12 years of forest exile, and this was their 13th year. And as soon as the 13th year started, Duryodhana started sending out his armies in different kingdoms, how just to, smell out the Pandavas. And everyone was shocked that, how would the Pandavas, how can, such brilliant warriors be hidden? It's impossible to hide such, brilliant and, charismatic personalities. It's impossible. It's like trying to hide a big diamond in, in a coal mine. It will still shine. The luster of the diamond will still shine and illuminate the entire mine of coal. So it is impossible to hide such powerful Pandavas. So that is the reason why, the special plan of the Devatas and Krishna himself, who guided the Pandavas that how they should be hiding themselves in this year of incognito, was given by Krishna himself. And by the curse that Arjuna had received when he was visiting the heavenly kingdom, that also proved, that was the plan of the Devatas, to actually give a cover for Arjuna so that he can hide in this year of incognito. That, 1 year Arjuna would have to stay as, neither a man nor a female. So he was there, he was teaching dance to the princess of Virat kingdom. Her name is Uttara, who later on became the wife of Arjuna's son, Abhimanyu, who gave birth to Maharaj Parikshit. So the glorious daughter of Maharaj Virat was the student of Arjuna, who is as Brihannala, teaching dance to the princess Uttara. And Maharaj Yudhishthir, he took the service of being like the direct, first attendant, so to speak, the first attendant of the king of Virat. He used to play dice with the king, and he would just be like the attendant. And Bhima was the cook. He was the cook in the palace of, in the kitchen, in the royal kitchen. Bhima was the cook. And then Nakul and Sahadeva, they used to take care of the cows, and they would take care of the horses in the stable and the Goshala. So like this, the 5 Pandava brothers were engaged in Virata, in the kingdom of Virata. And Mother Draupadi, she herself was the first attendant of the queen of Virata. She used to, take care of tying up the hair and just attending to all the needs of the queen and all that. So this Duryodhana's armies, they were all looking for the Pandavas, and they were not able to find the 5 Pandava brothers nor Draupadi, and Duryodhana was extremely frustrated. Then suddenly, towards the end of the exile, they heard a news that the great warrior Kichaka was dead. So when Kichaka died, that news came as a big alarm to Duryodhana, because there were only 2 or 3 people in this entire world that could actually kill this great warrior Kichaka, and one of them was Bhima. So it was either Duryodhana or Karna or Bhima. These 3 people could only kill Kichaka. He was a very powerful guy. And this Kichaka was the brother of the queen of Virat. And he had an evil eye towards Draupadi, and tried to misbehave with her. And then Arjuna and Bhima actually tricked him, and Bhima was the one who finally actually killed Kichaka, trying to save the the atrocities that Kichak was doing towards their wife Draupadi. So as soon as the death of Kichaka reached, that how he died, that he died in the kingdom of Virat, as soon as that happened, then Duryodhana immediately understood that this is the work of Bhima, and that's why he took all his army and he came to the borders of Virata, and he declared war against this kingdom of Virat. And at that time, Arjuna, as Brihannala, came with the crown prince of Virat. And he came with him, and then Arjuna was the charioteer. And this, the crown prince came, and then they were not able to, this crown prince was scared and he was running away. And at that time, Arjuna brought him back, and, Arjuna revealed to this crown prince that he is actually Arjun and not Brihannala. And then as Arjuna, making the crown prince then the charioteer, Arjuna actually single-handedly he defeated Pitama Bhishma, he defeated Duryodhana, Karna, Dushasana, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, every single person. Every single one of them who were, standing against Arjuna in this battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna had personally defeated each and every one of them in the battle of Virata. So of course that pastime came to an end in the sense that Arjuna and everyone, they decided, Kripacharya and all the acharyas, they sat down and said that no, the date of their Agyatwas was over, so therefore this is they are not supposed to be going back again into 12 years of exile. So they have served their term of exile, so they don't have to go back. So that was concluded. But the reason why, Arjuna is giving here, that why is he not willing to fight with the same people whom he has already fought before? They are the ones who are standing in front of him right now. The reason why I explained this entire pastime is because what is the difference then? From that time and this time, what is the difference? The audience is the same. The opponents are the same. The situation is the same. They are in a battlefield. Why is Arjuna hesitating to fight now? Why did he not hesitate at that time? Well, at that time, Arjuna was fighting on behalf of the kingdom of Virat. It is explained that in the Mahabharata, Srila Prabhupada, he actually has given a lecture. I was listening to this particular lecture by Prabhupada, and Prabhupada says very clearly that the battle in Virata, Arjuna was not fighting for himself. Arjuna was fighting on behalf of the king of Virata, and also as a matter of expressing Arjuna's and the Pandavas' gratitude to the kingdom of Virat, that the Virat kingdom, sheltered the Pandavas in time of need, of their need. Therefore, whoever is coming to attack, Arjuna would have defeated them, because it was a matter of saving the person who has given shelter to the Pandavas and Mother Draupadi. So that was the attitude of Arjuna when he was fighting the battle of Virat. He did not see his grandfather at that time. He did not see anyone. He just saw a person, the army that has come to attack the kingdom who has given us shelter. So therefore, as a matter of gratitude to the people who have sheltered me, I have to defend them. And that was the reason why Arjuna attacked and defeated each and every one of the Kaurava army. But now, in the battle of Kurukshetra, this is personal. Arjuna is fighting his own battle here. Arjuna has come here to, rightfully claim what is his. The Pandavas were denied everything by Duryodhana. So to reclaim, certain, their own rights, they are fighting this battle. It was completely personal reasons why Arjuna is coming here for battle right now, and therefore he is not willing to fight. So here, I was just reading the other day, I was reading the perfect qualities of a disciple or of a Vidyarthi, so to speak, who is an exceptional Vidyarthi. And I was just reminded that Arjuna fits in perfectly in these qualities that is given in the scripture about who is a student, who is a disciple. It says there are 5 qualities. The Sanskrit goes like this: Kak cheshtha, bako dhyanam, shwan nidra tathaivacha, alpahari grihatyagi, vidyarthi pancha lakshanam, which means Kak cheshta. A Vidyarthi, he is having the determination like the crow. We all know this very famous Panchatantra story about how a crow was very thirsty, and then he came upon a big jar, and the jar, he saw that there was water at the bottom of the jar, and the beak of the crow was not able to reach all the way inside. It was not able to go, and he was not able to drink the water. So what he did was he started collecting little pebbles, and then he started putting it inside that little jar. And then slowly, after a long time, the water started rising, and then the crow drank that water, and then he flew away. So this particular story from the Panchatantra, it describes that how determined the crow was, that he wanted to satisfy his thirst, and he went up to such great extent to satisfy his thirst. So he had so much of patience, so much of endeavor, and he was putting in his best effort. He did not give up. So a disciple, they keep doing this. They always keep endeavoring. They never give up until their thirst is quenched. So Arjuna is a personality like that. Unless he was able to master, like how we were talking a couple of weeks ago about one of the qualities of Arjuna, that how he mastered his skill of shooting arrows in the dark. how he mastered his skill. He was always trying, he was always practicing. That made him the number one archer in the entire world. So it's not just because of, because he is the son of Indra that he became the number one archer, but because Arjuna, was very, very determined. He was always practicing. He never gave up. That's why he became what he is. So that's the first quality, kakcheshta. Second one is bako dhyanam. Baka means crane. A crane bird has a very, very long, how Bakasur, right? We all know how Krishna killed Bakasura. So Bakasur is the crane demon, but the Baka bird is the crane bird. So cranes, if you see them, they stand in still waters, very shallow waters they will stand, and they actually stand on one leg. And then, why is it saying bako dhyanam? Because the baka is said to be, because they stand on one leg and then they meditate. They meditate on what? That when will a big fish come and when will I just immediately attack? So they have a one-pointed attention. They actually, if you see the baka, this crane, the way they get their prey, which is the fish, is that they don't attack small fishes. The baka never eats a small fish. They let all the small fishes go, but as soon as a big fish comes, immediately it dives in and picks up the big fish and eats it. So bako dhyana means that's how the concentration, the focus of a disciple needs to be. That nothing will waver the concentration, that they can stand on one leg and do the tapasya that is needed, that, they will not be wavered by anything. They will not be disturbed by anything. They will have a one-minded attention, one focus attention, and also at the same time, they will keep their eye on the final goal, on the ultimate destination, which is Krishna Prema, and they will not let any distractions, like the small fishes are the distractions. So no distractions can waver these claims. So a disciple needs to be like that. That no anarthas, no any kind of allurements can distract us from our service to Guru and Krishna. That is how a disciple should be. A Vidyarthi is like that, never disturbed, never wavering, always having one pointed attention, one focused attention. Arjuna is like that. When Dronacharya asked him to see, he hung the parrot and asked Arjuna to, asked everyone said, I see this, I see that, but Arjuna could only see the eye of the parrot. And when, Dronacharya asked him to shoot, immediately Arjuna's arrow went straight into the eye of the parrot. So like this, Arjuna had this one pointed attention, focus, as a perfect disciple. The third quality is Shwan Nidra. Shwan Nidra, Shwan in Sanskrit means dog. You know how dogs, Nidra means sleep. You know how dogs sleep? They do sleep. It's not that they don't sleep, but even if there is one, like a pin, even if a pin drops, then the dog immediately awakens. Even a slightest sound will, the dog gets up from the sleep. So it is said that the disciple like this should be always alert. Even the slightest of sound, slightest of, and always be attentive, trying to see where they can learn, what they can learn. So the disciple also tries to see what opportunities they can use in serving and glorifying Guru and Krishna. That is the outlook of the disciple, trying to see how we can utilize every moment in the service of Guru and Krishna. They're always very, very attentive. So that is Shwan Nidra. The fourth quality is Alpahari. Now Alpahari, of course, Alpa means less and Ahar means food. But Alpahari also in Sanskrit, it means that we should do less of activities related to all our senses, not just our tongue. Alpahari means generally we, think that yes, it just refers to eating less. But it actually also refers to, less, like with our eyes we see beautiful things, with our nose we try to smell beautiful things, with our tongue, of course, we try to taste very wonderful and tasty things. With our ears, we try to hear very beautiful music. Like this, we utilize each of our senses in doing different activities. But the disciple is very, very careful in training and controlling each and every one of his senses in just the service of Guru and Krishna. The tongue, by controlling the tongue, by talking only about Krishna, in glorifying Krishna and his devotees, and tasting only Krishna Prasad. The eyes to see the devotees and to see the Archa Vigraha form of the Lord. The ears to hear beautiful kirtans and glorifications of the Lord. The nose to smell the tulasi and the flowers that are offered to the lotus feet of Krishna. Like this, and the sense of touch to embrace the devotees of the Lord. So like this, the devotees utilize each and every one of their senses in the service of Guru and Krishna. And like this, Alpahari, even a Shishya, a disciple or a student like Arjuna, was very, very apt. He would always be very, very controlled in his senses. He would always, prove that he is, very much in his sense control. And then the last quality is Grihatyagi. Grihatyagi means, Griha means home, Tyagi means to give up. So Grihatyagi means to give up one's home. Like in the previous days, we all know how the students would have to give up their homes and go to the Gurukul to study with the Guru. But here, Grihatyagi, Srila Prabhupada explains that Grihatyagi means, Griha means it's our comfort zone, right? Where in our home we have the comfort. So Grihatyagi means we should give up our comfort zone. We should, there are three zones, right? There's comfort zone, then there is the stretch zone, and then there is the panic zone. We should never be in the panic zone because that is, crazy. It will make us crazy. But in the comfort zone also, it will make us very lethargic. So a devotee, a practicing devotee, a proper disciple always tries to keep themselves in the stretch zone so that they're always doing a little more than what is comfortable for them. So that way they can never be attacked by lethargy, nor can they be attacked by any kind of panic. So they always keep themselves in the stretch zone so that they can try their best. We always say that, do your best and then Krishna will do the rest. So what is mean by doing our best? When we do our best means that we try to act in such a way that is a little bit beyond our comfort zone. That is called acting to the best of our capacity. So Arjuna always did that. A proper disciple always does that. We try to act in such a way that we are beyond our comfort zone. So like this, Arjuna had all these qualities of a perfect, vidyarthi or a perfect student, a perfect disciple. However, over here in this verse, Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport that Arjuna is here, he is reluctant to even kill his own enemies, let alone his relatives. So he thinks that by killing his kinsmen, he would not get any happiness in his life, and therefore he is not willing to fight. And Prabhupada is saying that just as a person who does not feel hunger is not inclined to cook. What an example Prabhupada is giving, that anyone who doesn't feel hunger, they are never inclined to cook. So Prabhupada is saying that, because Arjuna did not feel that, how would he be able to enjoy his life if his relatives are not there, therefore he did not want to fight. So like this, Arjuna, is giving all these reasons, and he is, in the next verses, 32 through 35, Arjuna very expertly is saying, he is addressing Krishna with two names here. One is Madhusudana and one is Janardana. The reason why Arjuna is choosing these very significant words to address Krishna is very, very beautifully analyzed here. It is explained that how Arjuna is saying, of course, he's saying that, what will I do with all this kingdom when with whom I want to enjoy my riches with? If they are only not there, why would I have all these riches? Generally we acquire all this, opulences and everything because we want to show off, to our relatives. Look, I'm better than you. That's generally the material, agenda for people to acquire more and more. But the qualities of a proper person like Arjuna would be that he would like to share whatever he has, share his happiness with his relatives. So that is, going above a little bit beyond the materialistic purview of the people. But Arjuna is saying that if I don't, I know that if I fight in this battlefield, I will be victorious. I know that for sure, because Krishna, you are with me. I will definitely be victorious. But what will I do with such a victory when all those whom I want to enjoy my victory with, they will be dead and gone? What will I do with such victory? So Arjuna is saying, therefore I don't want to fight Krishna. And the reason he's saying is by addressing Krishna as Madhusudana. Arjuna is saying, my dear Krishna, you are Madhusudana. Madhu means he was a demon. Madhu was a demon. And Sudana means that one who killed the demon named Madhu. So, Arjuna is saying that Krishna, you killed demons. It was very easy for you to kill demons. Those who are standing in front of me, they are not demons, they are my relatives. How can I kill my relatives? It was so easy for you to do what you did. You killed demons day in, day out, no problem. But look at this, what I am faced with. Look who is my opponent. My opponents are my relatives. How can I kill them? So that is one reason that Krishna is being addressed as Madhusudana by Arjuna. The second one he's saying is that you are Janardana. Janardana means, Jana Ardhana means one who is, a benefactor of the mankind. One who protects mankind. That is one meaning. And another meaning of Janardana is, Ardhana also means to kill, to slay. So to slay bad people, that is also Janardana. So there are two meanings of the word Janardana, which is very opposite to each other. They're completely opposite to each other. But so Arjuna is meaning both of them to Krishna. He's saying that you are Janardana, you are the protector of mankind. So why are you telling me to engage in this ghastly act of killing these mankind? I cannot do this because I am your friend. You are my friend and you are Janardana, you are protector. Being your friend, how can I kill them? And then Arjuna saying, okay, fine. If you are saying that you are Janardana means you are the killer of mankind, so why don't you go ahead and kill them? Why are you asking me to kill them? So like this, Arjuna is very, very funnily saying to Krishna that I don't want to do what I'm doing, Krishna. You take over and do all this, but I will not do any killing. I will not engage in this battle. So this is where we'll end today. We will continue on next time again from text 36. So if there's any questions or comments, we can take that now. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think we were muted. Thank you, Mataji, for a wonderful class. It was pure nectar. And, the dilemma of Arjun is actually, I was thinking, if a person as elevated as him can be confused, then what to speak of people like us. And the intricacies of Dharma, we can read as many scriptures as we want. We can understand from these wonderful personalities, but, they are very hard to understand, Mataji, because each situation is unique. There's so many twists and turns, and, it all boils down to also prioritizing which element of dharma is to be prioritized for your situation. Right? So that, I was just thinking, is so difficult to do. I don't know if you have thoughts on that.
Well, there are, as you rightly said, there are many elements of dharma, but the highest dharma is, dharma means occupational duty. That's how Srila Prabhupada has translated dharma as, means occupational duty. Occupational duty means something that we do based on our nature, and our nature of the living entity is to be the eternal servant, the servant of the servant of the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the dharma of every living entity. And when we are engaged in that dharma, Prabhupada describes that as being watering the root of the tree. So when we are engaged in that dharma, then there is no need for individually watering the leaves, the branches, the fruits, the flowers. There's no need to do that, because once you are watering that root, everything else that is connected to that tree gets nourished. So similarly, when we are engaged in a real occupational dharma, that is why Krishna says in the Bhagavat Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja, that abandon all varieties of religion. Here Prabhupada saying that if you read for fourth, Prabhupada is very clearly explaining that what dharma means. Dharma in that context means that just giving up all these, pseudo dharmas, when you give up all of that and simply when you try to water the root by surrendering to Krishna, then all of our other so-called dharmas, they also get fulfilled. They get nourished. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. That when we are engaged in proper Krishna consciousness, then there is no dharma that is ever left, untouched by us. Whatever is supposed to be our, activities, our, duty, whatever is that, we will be able to engage in that perfectly, simply by being, properly engaged in Krishna consciousness. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. So basically not being attached to anything and accepting everything in relation to Krishna, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. Thank you so much for a beautiful class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for the wonderful class, as usual.
Haribo, Nandini. Good to hear from you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji. I had one question with regard to the 5 qualities that you were describing about student or a disciple. So does that apply only to a disciple, or is it also, can it be extended to bhakta, devotee in general? Because when you were describing about Arjuna, I just remembered about...
Can it be extended to whom? Can it be extended
a devotee.
Okay, yeah.
Because when you were explaining about Arjuna, I just remembered when you were describing about giving up comfort, I was remembering Hanuman. But that when he was serving Lord Sri Ram, he wanted to compromise on his comfort to rest for a while on the mountain before he proceeds towards Lanka in search of Sita Mata. So I was just wondering if it is, if Hanuman also falls under that category, or is it only describing for a disciple?
Well, as I said, that yes, every disciple is a devotee, no? So this description is actually very befitting for every devotee, who is a disciple, and every person who is inquisitive to learn more. Anyone, like a vidyarthi means who gives arth to vidya. That is a vidyarthi. Arth to vidya means who applies the knowledge. that he is learning. So that in a sense is what a Vidyarthi means. So Vidyarthi means, so everyone in that sense is, a disciple or a devotee or, a student in that sense. So yes, it does definitely apply to Hanuman as well. And it applies to every devotee, it applies to every disciple.